Ed Bateman of Duolc, isn't it? And
Duolc,
it's actually
yes.
Duolc. It's cloud spelt backwards.
It's cloud backwards, absolutely.
Yeah. So Ed, you've come on really to talk to us about the ethical approach, I suppose, that your company wants to undertake, and also to tell people about, I suppose, some of the solutions aren't necessarily quite right for them. Is that correct?
Well, kind of. I guess ethical may be a strong word, perhaps, but myself and my partners in the business have had 75 years experience of working in the IT industry, in the commercial side of the IT industry, for various different organizations, whether it be distribution, reseller, etc. And I don't think it's a secret really that when it comes to quarter ends or fiscal period ends, quite often major manufacturers tend to do what they can to close opportunities because they've got fiscal goals to meet, or partners need to close opportunities because they've got some kind of incentive going on that requires them to close deals in order to meet their fiscal goals as well. Well, thankfully, we're in a position where we don't have to do that. We're a startup business, and our modus operandi is really about delivering solutions to organizations that meet their business requirements and help them drive to a really good business outcome.
So how does that differ from the behaviour that you described, where it might be more binary focused in terms of end dates on a quarter? How does it help the customer?
Because really our starting position is the business outcome. We go in, look at the business, and try and understand where do they want to be from a growth perspective or whatever their goals may happen to be, and then we will go and deliver IT solutions, particularly cloud-based IT solutions, that help them drive towards that goal. And I suppose, having worked in the industry for quite some time, for both big and small companies, usually when you join an organization, a couple of days later, someone from IT will come and deliver a laptop to you, or whatever it may be, and it's pre-built, okay, and you get no real say. No one ever says, well, actually, what do you need? What do you want to do with it? And how is it going to help you drive your business moving forward? Which is why we're all here. You tend to get something that's based on either cost or security or a degree of paranoia within the organization. And we hope to kind of break that cycle, if you will, and help particularly SMBs deliver IT that actually drives their business forward and meets a good business outcome. That's why we're all here.
Do you understand, in terms of from especially from a Centric perspective as well? Do you see this as well within I suppose some smaller companies, when, like you said, you've got to hit a target and everything like that? Are you aware
I think a lot of us are challenged, with targets, and actually one would argue that actually targets help organisations with that focus at times to sharpen their thinking and to innovate in slightly different ways, because they've got goals to meet, and those goals help break down into iterations and planning cycles. It's obviously slightly different from what you're saying in terms of the financial goals, and do those conflict?
Yeah, I don't want to paint a sort of picture of the world gone mad in IT. That's not exactly how it happens. A lot of the time, organisations deliver very good solutions to end customers. But I get a sense that at times that's not always the case, and we just want to kind of stand up and go, hey, look, we're here. That's not the approach we're going to take. It's about your business first. It's not about our fiscal reward or whatever other reward it is that we're looking for. It's about delivering a solution that meets your business requirements.
So it's the trust in a partner,
correct,
a long-term relationship,
yes,
the integrity, the honesty.
We're not going to sell somebody something that they don't need. Simple as that. Regardless of what the financial implications may be for us. So thankfully we're not, although we've got strong technology alliances, we're not driven by rebates and that kind of thing. We're driven by our profitability comes from delivering a good service to the customer, and if it's a good service and it delivers value, they'll pay for it.
And you've got a wealth of experience in the distribution.
Not just distribution, I work for some manufacturers as well.
And how do you see the subtleties between those different verticals then, in terms of the dynamics that are at play?
I think any industry or market, including the IT market, has big players, small players, medium-sized players, niche players, and so I think those dynamics potentially exist wherever you want to look, but I'm not sure I can answer that any other way. So,
and obviously logistics is obviously changing rapidly in terms of automation, integration, to the customer experience, and obviously
Well, and that's
simplifying that
fundamentally is why we believe in the power of the cloud and the economy of the cloud, because it delivers you ultimate flexibility without making you try and plan up front for that, which is a very difficult thing to do in any business. I defy any business to be able to say, what is my usage going to be in 2 years' time? Now, there are people who are very, very good at doing it, but getting it right is a very difficult thing to do. So why bother? Why not have a flexible approach where you can scale up and scale down as required, whatever your application may be?
And absolutely. And do you find that automation, that technology is enabling SMBs to compete more successfully against potentially larger competitors?
Absolutely, I think it does. And I think it allows small organizations, it gives them a great deal of compute power that allows them to develop new ideas, new technologies, without necessarily having to have the backing of a lot of money to go and buy IT equipment or a data center up front.
So the barriers to entry have come down.
Absolutely.
The automation enables an alignment, if not, greater unique selling.
The reality is, you don't need to be paying for stuff you don't need. Now, whether that's power and cooling, people, storage, CPUs, whatever it may be, you only need to pay for what you actually need. And we're a firm believer that the cloud, particularly Amazon Web Services, who we're aligned to, delivers that.
Yeah, and talking more specifically as well about this event and what brings you here as well, are you looking to get more, I suppose, clients and talk to them about what you're really wanting to achieve in terms of your, I suppose, I know you said ethical is quite strong, but your approach to doing business, or is it to talk about your services and really the types of, like you just mentioned as well, with AWS as well, what really brings you to Cloud Expo this year?
Well, I think that, yes, of course we want more clients, and yes, we want some exposure. I mean, those are two very strong reasons for being here. Also, we like to keep an eye on what's going on out there in the marketplace, what new technologies exist, where we see things that maybe we think, we've got a customer who I think that might benefit. We should throw that over the wall at them and let them take a look at it. So there's a whole bunch of reasons for being here, and it's a big show. There's lots of people here.
Anything you're looking forward to in particular?
This actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
But it's an opportunity, isn't it, for all of us to network and actually help solve broader customer problems.
The world today is built around networks and networking, whether that's people networks or IT networks or physical networks. It's all about networking and referrals and stuff like that. And it's kind of it's an interesting and refreshing way of doing business, I think.
Fantastic stuff. Ed, unfortunately, we're going to have to start to wrap things up there, actually. But thanks for coming on and telling us more about it as well, and about what you're doing and the approach that you're taking as well. So really do appreciate you coming on.
Thank you very much for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.